The Worcester Railers are bringing back another piece from last season's team. Christian Evers came to Worcester for the first time last season, scoring 11 points in 44 games. Christian's entering into his third season as a pro. Evs, welcome back to Worcester.
Thank you very much. Very excited.
So as we're getting ready to go into next season, before we get into all that, just tell me so far, how's the offseason been?
It's been good. It's been doing a lot of rehab, trying to get some things back to normal. Some things happened last year and trying to strengthen them up and be ready to go for the start of this season.
So far in the offseason, you get to go anywhere, do anything fun?
Been sticking around here for the most part. Been busy doing some hockey camps and training, so just been sticking around in Iowa for the most part.
Very nice. Now, when it comes to the training regimen, what's that been like this offseason to sort of get yourself going for next year?
Just skating a couple times a week and trying to work out as much as possible. Try to stay in shape.
Now, talking about last season, you mentioned it a little bit. Just talk about how you felt the season with the Railers, your first time through, went for you as a whole.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was very fun. Obviously, we started off the year on a pretty good start and had some up and downs throughout the year, but I think overall I enjoyed it and I'm excited to get things going again.
Now, it's such a long season. I think that fans sometimes, struggle to realize 72 games for an athlete. It's a lot that goes into that. Talk about sort of what it takes to keep yourself going throughout the course of the season.
Yeah, I think definitely I think travel for our division is nice. I mean, there's a couple trips here and there, but for the most part, like our trips aren't too terribly bad. So I think compared to my first year, just being able to be in Worcester more definitely helps with days off and trying to like get your mind off the game, just going out and hanging out with the guys or going out and doing something just to kind of chop up the week a little bit.
Talk about going on the road. What was your favorite road trip last season?
I like going to Newfoundland. It's different. I like going out there. Those are always fun games too. We're both always right in it.
Mm. Now, when it comes to looking ahead towards next season, tell us, what was it like when you talked to head coach and general manager Jordan LaValle-Smotherman when it came time to come back to Worcester?
Yeah, we were both kind of on the same page. We were both excited to come back and have that first year in Worcester under my belt and just kind of knowing what to expect and what coach wants and kind of the way our team is looking to go. And I think we're both really excited.
Now, so far in your time spent in the city, do you have any favorite spots that you found yourself hitting throughout the season last year?
Where did we go? I can't think of the name of it. It's like
what was the menu like? Was it where was it?
Like that smoothie kind of like healthier restaurant. It's near where we lived. I can't think of what it's called. Well, it obviously must not be my go spot. We went there so many times I can't even remember the name.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Nice. Now, other than that, any other favorite memories so far in your through your time in Worcester?
I think that first little bit's going to be hard to beat. I mean, setting an ECHL record was something not a lot of guys can say. So I think being a part of that was pretty special.
Now, what's it going to take to sort of get back to that sort of similar point? When you think back to how last season started, there was such an energy surrounding the team, a buzz across the city. It really felt like there was an entire Commonwealth support right behind the team. What's it take to sort of to find that level of play and get right back to that point?
Yeah, I mean, obviously with what we did, like everything was just going like our way. It felt like no matter how a game was going for us, like we always thought we were in it and we were going to win it. So I think towards like the end of that is when we started getting like a little pushback, and we hadn't really had to show like resiliency for like her back up against the wall. So I think trying to talk about that from the beginning and like learning how to deal with that as a team and like pushing through it is definitely going to be a big step for us.
I think definitely so. I mean, going through that, it almost feels like you can't lose another
Yeah.
game. You get to that point, but then push comes to shove, and you have to try to find a way to wrestle through that. Undoubtedly. Sorry if you've heard any noise going on during the interview. They're still working on the renovations here at the DCU Center, replacing all of the seats, all of the risers. Going to feel like a brand new arena coming into next season. Talk about what it's going to be like to play in front of what'll be effectively a brand new inside of the building.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a cool experience. I love playing home games. I think depending on, I mean, it could be a Friday night or a midday or a midweek game. Sorry, I feel like the fans are always there. It's loud. There's good energy. So I'm excited to have a new little atmosphere.
What would you say was one of your favorite game nights last season here at the DCU Center?
Um, I think the kids game is one of the craziest games of the year. I mean, it's from the moment we come out until the end of the game, they're just screaming. It's loud. You can't even compare it to anything else. It's crazy.
It's tough to play with that 10 a.m. start time too for that school day game. I mean, have you ever had to start a game so early?
No, not very many that I can think of. It's definitely weird waking up and coming to the rink because it's like a normal, like you feel like it should be a practice day, and you kind of have to go through your game day routine, and it definitely is weird.
I remember we had one down in Reading too. We played in a school day game down there at Santander Arena, and you got to wake up. It's like 6 a.m. You having breakfast at the hotel, and that's your pregame meal, and you can't have too much, because you got to play in 2 hours, if that.
Mhm. Yeah, it's especially for like guys that are superstitious, like doing stuff like on time each day, like or each game. Like you're so used to being later in the day that trying to get all the times and like getting your routine down, I feel like is one of the harder parts of it.
And convince yourself to go to bed at like say 4 p.m. so you can wake up at 3 in the
Yeah.
morning and get all your stuff done before the game actually starts.
Mhm.
All right. Well, Christian, any message that you have for Railers fans coming out to the DCU Center next season to watch you play?
I think it's going to be an exciting year. I think with some of the guys we have coming back and with what Coach Smotherman had in place for us last year, I think everybody's excited to get things going and try to chase another record.
All right. Well, there you have it. Christian Evers set to come back for his second season with the Railers here in Worcester. Christian, looking forward to seeing you down at the DCU Center on October 21st.
Yep. Thank you.
All right. Well, that's another signing coming up for the 23-24 season for the Worcester Railers. More to come across the following weeks.